one, ignite. So today, welcome, and today we're gonna be talking about freedom. Who wants more freedom here? So I want to talk about freedom because there is so much meaning behind this word, and it's magical if we allow ourselves to live the type of life that we want. And everything that we do, every choice that we make leads us to a different path, to a different place, right? So I want to talk about freedom today. I've been experiencing some freedom mindset, and it has been helping me feel with more energy. And I want to share with you some ideas that I think will be insightful for you. So thank you so much for coming today, and I want to hear where you're joining me from, and let me know on the comments. You know, I will be checking the comments, and let me know where, if you're watching the replay or you're watching live, and make sure you participate, whether it's right now or on the replay. That way I can comment on your comments, and then we can have dialogue. I always like to say the magic is in the conversation. So when we're open to express ourselves, we're also open to receive more and to get new ideas. And when we have new ideas, we can make different choices in life. So we are no longer saturated, and we're no longer blindfolded about the type of life that you want. And I'm inspired from all the conversations that I've had this week and past weeks, and all the journey that I've had before. So every day we're building upon the type of life that we want, right? So what does freedom mean to you? Comment, make a comment, write down on your comments, what does freedom mean to you? Whether it's a word or a phrase or several things, where, in what areas of your life would you like more freedom? So write in the comments, where would you like more freedom? Maybe freedom of thoughts, maybe freedom of choices of the things that you want to eat, maybe freedom of your relationship, maybe freedom of just speaking your truth and speaking what you want. Maybe freedom of money, freedom, financial freedom, right? Everybody is like, right now, there's so much uncertainty, and we want more freedom. So all those areas of life, when we have more freedom of action, of expressing, of living, that for me is quality of life. And you have the freedom to choose your own path, and that leads to your own happiness. So when we're not happy, it means that you are probably making some choices that are not aligned to where you want to go. So when there is confusion, and when the brain or the body says one thing and the brain and the body does another, there is confusion, and that takes away from our freedom, right? So I want to share with you some ideas. A long time ago, I decided, like 10, 15 years ago, I decided that I wanted to do something for myself. And I was battling with some menopause issues. So I decided I wanted to take ownership of my health and wellness. And for me, an avenue was essential oils. So I detached myself from depending on the opinions of others, and if they were okay with me doing this or not. I wanted that for me, and I wanted that for my family as well. I wanted more wellness for me. So I detached from being dependent on the opinions of others, and I decided to be dependable. So I wanted also to take actions on things that made me more dependable, that people could depend also on if I'm saying and doing the actions, and everything in alignment with what my thoughts are. So freedom, it's also kind of detaching of being dependent on the opinions of others, being dependent on what others want for us, and take ownership on our actions. And that allows you to feel more in joy and enjoy your life more, and also live a life of happiness. So many times I ask women when I'm having conversations, why do you want to eat healthier? Why do you want to remove anxiety? Why do you want to live a better life? And the end result, and it's hard for many women to say, because I want to be happy. And that is hard, because when we are not living that happiness and that joy, we almost forget what that means. So a lot of the times when we're in menopause stage, we forget what joy means, or what it makes us feel, or how that feels anyway. So it's hard sometimes to even vocalize it, right? So vocalize there's freedom in expressing ourselves. So sharing ideas, and that's my purpose here, to share ideas to inspire you to take different actions, and so that you can break free of the ideas that you have to do, say, or think what others want. And that is being living a childlike thinking, right? And there's nothing bad with that, but now we're adults. Now we're 40, 50, 60 years old. We can make our own choices. And that is freedom, you guys. That is freedom. So where in your life do you feel that you're not free? Where in your life do you feel that you're not free anymore? And be honest with yourself. You may choose to make a comment in the comments, or you just choose to write it down in a piece of paper. Where in your life would you like more freedom? And when you're honest with yourself, then you start making or taking the actions that lead you there. It was funny because this morning I was listening to Oprah Winfrey in a show that she did, and she says, when you don't know what you want, just do nothing and get still. Do nothing and get still. How many of you have difficulty being still and just having internal conversation? That is hard sometimes, right? We're not used to that, and we fear what's going to happen. But she said it, and she has been speaking to many women and successful people, right? And when you don't know what to do and you're offered with different options and you don't know, just be still and be honest with yourself and take some time to decide and trust your body. She says, until you know, then you will know what action to take. And she said something that I really resonate with her. She said, if you're asking everybody else if you should buy a pair of shoes, if you should take a course that you want to take, if you should make a phone call, if you should eat a certain way, if you should respond to people in a certain way, if you're shoulding your life, that means you're going in the opposite direction of freedom. So today the meaning is like everything that you do needs to be in alignment with what you want. So if you're shoulding, maybe that's a signal for you to decide different and ask better questions to yourself and trust yourself in getting the answers. So many times as moms, we want to fix everything and everyone, when in reality, who we need to fix is ourselves, right? That's a hard one. We cannot fix everyone. We need to start fixing ourselves. And that leads to freedom, because you feel free that you can take care of yourself. You trust yourself. You know what to eat. You know what to say. You know what to do, what you think. And that, my friends, is peace of mind. If think about right now, what is keeping you up at night? Think about what you're worrying about and write it down. What is that big worry that is not allowing you to sleep? So if you have insomnia and you cannot sleep, or you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's very common for menopause stage. But it's not only menopause, it's when you're worrying too much about something that is not allowing you to sleep. So just notice if how much peace of mind, when you align your actions with your thoughts, that gives you the freedom. So Albert Einstein says, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So no matter what problem you have that is interrupting your way to freedom in any type, in any area, we cannot fix them with the same type of thinking that we created them. So we need to get outside of our box. We need to think differently, to be inspired by other people, to think in a different way, so that you can get to different actions. And sometimes it's very hard to do that on your own. So for me, I wanted to break free of depending on the opinions of others. I wanted to do things on my own. But then I came to another problem, right? I thought that I needed to make my own decisions, and that was going to be living independently. Well, it's very hard to be independent and be trying to lead a life on your own. But for me now, it's like understanding that freedom comes from the choices of the people that I want to surround myself to help me grow. So that doesn't mean that I need to go alone. And for many years, building my essential oil business, I felt very alone. So if you know me from when I started essential oils, and maybe you felt like I was doing, selling you something, abusing or something, that was not my purpose. That was not my reason. My reason has always been to give suggestions for women to start learning how to take better care of themselves. So I've learned a lot, and I want to share with you that every step of the way you do what you do will help you get to the next step. So for me, being part of a company that helped me improve my growth, my internal growth, my education on myself was huge. And that was what essential oil company that I was doing before, or started with my life, helped me kind of jumpstart that part of my life. So think about one thing that has led you to a different direction. Maybe a teacher, maybe a pain that you had, that somebody inspired you, somebody said something that helped you kind of reroute and be in the right direction to your freedom. So when you get the answers that you want, then you feel in the right path. And that is only when you trust your gut, when you trust your intuition. So if you're offered a program, if you're offered an opportunity, Instead of just saying yes or no, kind of sink in and decide for yourself first. It's like, oh, does this go in alignment with what you want? Then if it's a yes, if your body says yes, jump on it. And this week I wrote an email, and it says 54321. Mel Robbins says 54321. Our brain is always wanting to leave us in safe and protected, so it will interrupt everything to not grow, to not do the new thing, because it's unknown. So I had talked about that in other conversations. But when you are knowing in your body that that's the right decision, don't overthink it. When we overthink things, then we do not take the step, the action. We're not brave enough to break our own patterns and beliefs. And then that's when you feel like you're not being successful in the area of life that you want. So that disrupts all your the alignment that you want to feel better. So all I do with my programs is I give you tools, I give you different ways of thinking so that you can make the right decisions that are for you. So I was having a conversation yesterday with someone that she wants to improve her way of eating to feel better and to prevent illness, right? And it's like she wanted me to tell her exactly what I was going to give her and what type of plan, and she was already getting all stressed out about it. But I said, just trust the process, because this is the simple way to lead you to your own freedom. It's like when we overthink things, we stress out, and that brings our energy down. So by having different suggestions, like a suggestion of a simple thing as drinking water, right? How many of you want to feel better? And somebody says, drink more water. Well, that seems simple enough, right? But how many of you are doing that? A simple action leads to freedom also. So you drink more water, and guess what? You feel more energy, your skin starts feeling better, your digestion starts working better, and that's a very simple action. You start sleeping better as well. You feel less stressed. So all the choices that you're making take us to a better feeling, to become a better feeling woman. So now I teach you different tools, and I'm having so much fun, because whenever I have a conversation with someone and they have like a aha moment, a light bulb moment, then they start making different choices. So not only do I help you with the tools of actions of your thinking, but I also help you with teaching you where to shop or what type of things to shop for, like greener, safer, and cleaner products from the comfort of your home, so that you can save time, save money, and have more fun. So all I share with you guys is different avenues for you to start feeling better with yourself. And did you know one thing, that when we remove our toxic thinking, when we remove our toxic inner dialogue, because it's toxic, how many of you are thinking negative thoughts about yourself and talking so bad about yourself? You don't like how you feel, and then you talk so bad about yourself. Write in the comments if you're speaking negatively to yourself. That is toxic, and that is not allowing you to lose the weight or to have energy or to have fun. And also toxic is a lot of the products that we're using. So what we put on our body, it's absorbed right away. So what we are thinking, it's absorbed in our brain, and our brain is just following orders. So if you're speaking or wishing something would be different that you're thinking right now, but you're not aligned with, then your mind is just following orders. So you need to speak more positive about yourself so that your brain is like, oh yeah, she wants me to be happy, she wants me to feel better. So what are the things that will bring her feeling better? So I want you to think about the things that will help you feel better with yourself. Oh, I want to share another story. I want to share another story of a woman that, or several women that I have been talking about with. And with so much going on with news and with COVID, we're lacking a lot of connection, right? And then we're just saturated with all the stress and anxiety about COVID and everybody getting sick and not connecting with everybody. So that is causing a lot of anxiety feelings and panic attacks around the world. And having that is causing more illness. Having that stress is causing even more illness. So that is also removing ourselves from the freedom of thoughts, right? So when you start thinking about what are the thoughts that you want for more happiness, and you have the courage to say, I choose to think this way, no matter what, but then you align your thoughts with your feelings and your actions. When you have the courage to do that, I can assure you that you will feel better with yourself. So freedom is being the pursuit of your own happiness. Be free to choose what you want to eat. Be free to choose to surround yourself with the people who you want to be, not who you have to be with. But even those little decisions is like whenever you're confronted where should I go someplace or should I not? Then decide for yourself, is this gonna be good for me, not for others? Is that going to be good for me? Then choose to go. If it's not gonna be good for you, then choose not to go. Those boundaries also help you be in integrity with yourself, and that gives you the freedom because then you feel better with yourself. So all I do is have respectful conversations. When you open up to converse and talk about your feelings and how you feel, then it opens up for others to talk about their feelings. So this past week I had the VIP with Marissa Gear, and we all shared our stories, and it was a beautiful conversation. And some people were very vulnerable. They felt touched because when we share what we're feeling, like I'm sharing my story here with you, then we're opening up for others to also feel better. So when you have a conversation with me, I open up for you to express your feelings. So something else that inspired me today that I wanted to share with you is Oprah was referring to Adele, and she left her message, Adele the singer, right? She left her marriage, and she was in pain, but she was in the pursuit of her own happiness. So she, when she was asked, why are you doing this? She said, I am imagining the person I want to be when my son is 9 years old, and I am taking the actions to be that person. So now I'm impressed when I see Adele singing, and the person that she was, and now the person that she is. She created that in her imagination. So our imagination is our inner power. When we're able to imagine ourselves to be the person or the version of us that we want to be, then we create that. And it seems off, but it's like our imagination, like Albert Einstein says, that like if you can imagine it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. So what is happiness for you? What do you want about yourself? Seeing yourself happy and free. Just notice what comes up for you. So choose happiness for yourself is what truly allows happiness also to other people. When you're a happy person, then you provide everything for others to be happy. You allow everyone else to be happy. And we think we need happiness from outside. Our happiness comes from inside. Choose what's right for you and knowing when it is right too. So I hope I inspired you today. I know I went a little bit all over the place, but I hope something you grab something. What is freedom for you? What will more freedom of health do for you? So I have something for you. If you're looking to improve your health and you feel confused on knowing how to jumpstart your health, it's like, what do I do? Is it carbs? Should I be eating more carbs? Should I be counting calories? There's so much confusion of what to do to jumpstart your health. What should I think? What should I do? How should I move? And it's hard to kind of start the actions in the right direction. If you want freedom of not having to deal with all that confusion and you want to jumpstart your health, I have a 21-day program that I'm starting Friday. So don't think about it too much. I am not giving you too much time to think. Jumpstart your health and become the better feeling woman that you want to be, and start living that life of freedom when you know what tools to do, what is how and when to rest in your life so that you can feel better. So let's have a conversation, let's chat, let me know in the comments or wherever you're choosing to, wherever you're tuning in with this conversation. And the magic always happens in the conversation. So when I learn what you need, then I can offer that to you. But today I'm offering a 21-day jumpstart so you become free and feel like a better feeling woman and feel happy with your life. That is my mission, and everything I do is to help you feel happier with yourself and become the best version of you that can ever be. So let me know in the comments, what are you taking away? And I am happy to have a conversation with you. Hasta la vista. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and we will see you next week for another episode. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I love you.